Well, hey, my Game of Throners and House of the Dragoners, honey. We are back yet again for another review, honey. And this is on episode 2, girl. Y'all know I got to catch up. I got to hurry up and catch up, get to episode 3 before episode 4 drop. But let's go ahead and get into episode 2. So the show opens up with the crab feeder, okay? At the crab feeder island, honey. It looks like Lord Corlys people still getting ate the fuck up, period, okay? And the king, Viserys, or whatever his name is, baby, King V, he ain't trying to do shit about it, okay? The people is getting munched on and chewed the hell up on, okay, while they are alive, tied the hell up, hands nailed to the damn cross. Girl, I said, I cannot, this is a lot here. So y'all already know that Lord Corlys is pissed the fuck off at this point, and he wants King V to make a move, okay? He wants him to make a motherfucking move at that. But Hightower keeps thinking that this man wants to be compensated or whatever, and that man like, I don't want to be compensated for real, because I'm gonna get my coin anyway. Understand that. But what I do want is to teach this motherfucker a lesson, so I need y'all to get ready to go to motherfucking war behind me, all right? And I can't really blame Lord Corlys for wanting this, because he provides so much to their kingdom anyway that you would think that they would have his back in some type of capacity, because a threat to me is also a threat to motherfucking y'all, girl. And that's just how I'm looking at it, because how I see it is I'm thinking about China. Girl, almost damn near 95% of the things in my damn house says made from China. So if something messed on, if something happened over there in China, girl, then that's a threat to us. Like, we just may not get what it is that we need because we're getting so many things produced over there in motherfucking China. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I can't really be mad at Lord Corlys for coming to him like, yo, I need y'all to go ahead and make an action. I need y'all to make an action quickly, okay? I need y'all to go ahead and blow this motherfucking island up, because it's affecting the goods and my people, and therefore affecting your goods and your people too, period, okay? So King V trying to find him a replacement at this time, so he ain't really hearing the shit that this man saying, because one of the knights ended up passing away in his sleep. So he like, I hear you, but I ain't really hearing that shit that you're talking about right now. You just gonna have to wait until I decide to make a move, because right now what's more important than anything is me replacing one of my knights that passed away last night, okay? And that's just what it is. So Lord Corlys, he don't really give a fuck about none of that he talking about. He said, listen, I don't give a fuck about who dead, okay? The only people I'm worried about that's dead is my motherfucking people. While you over here worried about yours, that's what I'm worried about, okay? So somebody needs to make a move. And then King V said, okay, I got you, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and send some men over there and see if we can get some things resolved, okay? See if we can have us a cute little conversation and sit down at the table and just talk these things out. But y'all know Corlys don't want that. He's like, see, this is what you the reason we in this shit right here this time. Because the last time you said you was going to do some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And now what? Okay? Now this man has become an even bigger threat. Let's talk about that. Okay? But now you want to send some people over there and have a little conversation. Okay. All right then. All right. That's fine. You just showed me enough of what it is I need to do, because I'm going to have to go around your ass. And I see that right now. So then Miss, Rhaenyra decided that she finna tell her daddy, like, daddy, I mean, you got dragon riders. Like, I mean, I'm confused. Why you need to send all these people over there when you could just send us? Like, we'll go over there. You know, I've been ready to test my dragon. Okay, I'm tired of seeing Dracarys at a damn funeral and my dragon just flaming up some shit for that. No, I'm ready to burn some motherfuckers up, like, period, daddy. So send us. And then here go Hightower with his fake ass. I'm saying, oh, well, you know, perhaps there's some other things that we can get you to do or something like that. He said, he butts in and pretty much says that, there may be like pretty much, let's just send her somewhere else where her talents will be of best use. So then the king decided he finna send her out there to go find him a new knight, and then tells her, remember, whoever gonna be protecting me gonna also be responsible for protecting you. So you can go out there and make your choice and make your pick on who you think gonna be the best person. I said, oh wow, that's what we doing, okay? Because Miss Girl wasn't lying. You do got dragons, but see, for some reason he really doesn't want to go to war. But you don't understand why all of those damn knives are on the throne. It's from people going to war. I hate to say it, like, I don't really want war either, but at the same time, you really just showing yourself to be weak. That's why the throne is going to war with your ass, and you ain't got no wounds that's up here healing at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, all your wounds still open. Girl, I ain't got time for the king. All right. So anyway, she go out there, Miss Rhaenyra, she go out there, meet all the men, see what they talking about. And yes, they're knights, okay? They're knights. However, ain't none of these knights been in no battle except for one, and that's Sir Christian. I think that's Sir Christian Cole with his cute little self, girl. He was trying to give us a little Jon Snow, but there will never be another Jon Snow. You know what I'm saying? But you cute for what it is. So then she decides, oh, okay, I like him. He young, he could battle, he's been battling, you know what I'm saying? Everybody else is getting old and washed up. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna choose him, right? So when she steps down and says, listen, I'm gonna go ahead and choose him, Hightower pretty much tries to tell her that she needs to hold off. She said, baby, don't tell me what it is that I need to do, because that's y'all motherfucking problem right now. So you won't want to listen to me when I was in that room, but you're going to listen to me out here, okay? Don't none of these other men got experience on fighting on the battlefield besides this man right here. And don't you want my daddy to have somebody that's going to protect him at the end of the day? No. That's not what I asked you. Don't you want to have somebody that's going to protect my daddy at the end of the day? Exactly. And because of that, that's why I want that man, and that's who I want, period. You're not going to change my mind on that, okay? So get the hell out of my face. So that's pretty much where it was when it came to Miss Rhaenyra. Miss Girl got who it is that she wanted, and I don't blame her on that. What I didn't like, see, y'all already know, I'm Otto. I just don't like Otto Hightower, whatever his name is. Girl, I don't like the man for real. And it's just like, she made so much sense. Like, if you got somebody that's protecting the kingdom, wouldn't you want somebody that's actually been to war, somebody that's not afraid, somebody that was on the battlefield or whatever like that, somebody that went up against her own uncle? Like, wouldn't you want somebody like that ain't afraid of nothing? Like, granted, those other guys may not be afraid of the job, but they've also never been in the midst of wars, what it seems like, or been on the battlefield in any capacity or whatever. So I'm just like, this is the type of stuff that the brother was talking about. Daemon saying that Hightower don't even protect you for real. And I felt like that was one of those examples where he don't really protect him. Like, she made logical sense, but he was trying to change her opinion. So it's like, do you genuinely dislike her opinion because you feel like it's wrong and you have your own hidden agenda, or do you just dislike her opinion because it's coming from her? See, you have an issue with women too, and I just, girl, that's what it was given. Because I feel like, I can't say that. I was going to say, if the king would have chose her Christian, he probably would have been okay with it because it was the king. But what I noticed is that whenever the king gives him something, he acts like he's okay with it, and then he always gives him an alternative way of thinking. Okay, girl, that's a sneaky person. But anyway, girl, so Alicent went to go talk to the king. Y'all know Alicent is the daughter of Mr. Otto, and of course he got her on this plan of get closer to the king because he know the king need to get married. And in order for him to marry somebody, or I ain't gonna say in order for him to marry somebody, but he doesn't really want to marry anyone. But if he does make the decision soon, which he's going to have to, hopefully he'll make that decision with somebody that he's comfortable with, i.e. you. Okay, so she's going over there to have a conversation. They just pretty much talk about Rhaenyra, girl. They just talk about her. And moral of the story is, he seems to not have a really good connection with his daughter, and he wished that they did have a stronger connection. And so Alicent pretty much encourages him and just tells him, like, listen, if you open up to your daughter, I'm sure she'll be a bit more receptive. You know what I'm saying? But you just gotta try. You can't just keep like shunning away. Like, if that's what you want, you gotta open up and let her know that you want the type of relationship with her. You want to connect with her. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what their conversation was about for the most part. Now, Alicent and Rhaenyra did meet up at a later time. I don't know about y'all, but Alicent and Rhaenyra is giving me a different type of energy. Like, I feel like Rhaenyra got a crush on Miss Alicent. Okay, it's just something about that energy, girl. I feel like, girl, I don't know what's going on with Miss Rhaenyra. Rhaenyra, girl, I feel like you like your uncle. Period. I also feel like you like your best friend. You know what I'm saying? Unless y'all was already kind of probably like dating or something like that, and the other people didn't really know about it. You feel what I'm saying? And I wouldn't really be surprised, girl. But let me go ahead and move on. So this is 6 months later, right? So her mom has passed away like 6 months later, and it's time for her daddy to marry somebody, and it's time for him to kind of like, make that decision real soon, because it's 6 months. He can't go much longer because it's going to affect him when it comes to the realm. Okay, so they're having that conversation between, Alicent and Rhaenyra. They're talking about that. So Alicent pretty much tells Rhaenyra, like, your daddy loves you very much. Like, girl, if he didn't, he would have never even chose you to be his heir. Like, come on, girl. And then Rhaenyra said, girl, don't play. Like, we all know why he did that, girl. He did that so that Daemon don't get the position, and he just wanted me to get it. You know what I'm saying? But he only did that despite his brother. Like, it's not that's what he really, really wanted to do for real. Like, let's be honest. Okay. So then they are in, I guess they call it the kept. So they're in the kept or whatever, and it's these candles, and this is an area that Alicent goes to when she gets down on her knees to feel closer to her mom, and she prays and does whatever she does. So she gets Rhaenyra to join her so that she too can probably feel closer to her own mom during this process as well. So I'm learning and seeing that they really do have a lot in common. Okay, they have a lot in common when it comes to the moms, and they also have a lot in common to me, to where their dads just don't understand them and just don't connect with them very well. But it makes sense based on how they are at this particular time. Back in the day, I mean, women to me were very undervalued. I feel like they still are. You know what I'm saying? But we could just do a little bit more now than what they were able to do at that time. You know what I'm saying? When I look at this or whatever. So it makes sense as far as the disconnect between the dads, because hell, Otto and them would barely even let Rhaenyra give her opinion on some stuff. You know what I'm saying? So they don't value women's opinion that much, in my opinion. But anyway, let's get to Viserys and Corlys, because he ends up talking to Corlys and his wife, and Corlys ended up apologizing to him, saying, I ain't mean to come at you like that the other day or whatever like that. So then Viserys, or however you say his name, King V, he done pretty much said, listen, I ain't trying to start no motherfucking war. That's just not something I'm trying to do. So then Corlys is like, well, you need to do something, because I want you to understand that all the eyes is on you anyway. You done lost your wife. You done sat up here and named your daughter, which is a woman. And then your brother done sat up here and claimed Dragonstone without you even challenging the thought or anything, okay? So you got to know that your brother on your ass, and you got to know that everybody else is on your ass too. Like, I'm confused on what it is that you're doing. So then King says, well, do you got a better idea of how we should handle this? And he said, yeah, I do. And he was like, well, then what the hell you got? He said, well, I think you need to marry my daughter. Yes, I think you need to marry my 12-year-old daughter named Lena, because we need to be able to mix the Targaryen blood with the pure, Valyrian blood. And y'all Valyrians as well, but y'all Targaryens at the same time. So if you just mix all of that, then this is really gonna make us more powerful than what we are. And that's really what you want. You want to be able to send that message out to everybody else in the realm that you may have broken down into pieces, but you coming back even stronger than what you were. You know what I'm saying? But King V ain't really thinking about it like that. He like, listen, I'm not trying to remarry. Like, I'm still grieving. Like, I had my son right here in my hands, and then now all of a sudden he gone. I'm over here still upset that I chose my son over my wife, and I lost both of them. Like, I'm not thinking about no wife right now. I wish I would stop bringing that SHI up, because that's just not where I'm at, okay? But his cousin Rhaenys is sitting over there like, so? And? Okay, I know that you may not be ready to go ahead and get you a new wife, but guess what? Everybody else is watching and they waiting. So you're going to have to make a decision soon. So you might as well get to thinking about it, period. That may not be where you is, but that's going to be where you at. So let's go. Okay? Now later on, we done seen where King V and his daughter, they done ended up having dinner, and he don't like that she don't talk to him about whatever going on, right? So eventually she does talk or whatever like that, and she tells him that she picks her Christian or whatever to be a knight. And when she wanted to elaborate on the council, because first of all he said, oh, I'm sure he'll make a fine knight or whatever he said, but when she wanted to elaborate on what she was saying at the council or during the meeting with the council, he stopped her yet again and tell her to pretty much just leave it alone. And I'm just kind of confused, because I'm like, you want her to open up, but when she tries to talk to you about stuff, you shut her down at the same time. So I'm like, that's not necessarily making sense to me. Like, the least you could do is at least hear her out. You're in the privacy of y'all, just in y'all dinner. You ain't in a meeting with the council. I don't understand that. Like, how you gonna make her your heir, but don't want to hear her thoughts and how she would go about making decisions? And that's pissing her off, because now it only confirms what she's already thinking. Like, you really don't want me to be your heir for real. You spiting your brother until you eventually get married at some point, and then you have an heir, then you push me out and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, girl, I guess. Okay. And I just felt like, again, that's why you're sitting over there getting ate the fuck by that throne. And now you got to sit over here and get ate the fuck by these maggots, because your finger, the cut that you got on your finger the last time you was over there arguing with Daemon, still has yet to heal. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, go ahead and chew him up. Go on, chew him up. Let me tell y'all something. Viserys ain't gonna last long this season. I just don't see it. But anyway, girl, let's get to Hightower. So he sit over there, he telling Hightower what's going on. I feel away, because I'm like, you tell this man too fucking much. But again, he don't know that Hightower over here playing him down to the ground, girl. So he gonna sit over here talk about some, yes, so Corlys came to me. He gonna sit up there and propose that I marry his daughter. So Hightower tells him, that makes sense, but at the same time, you should have discussed this with the council, right? And on top of that, like, I mean, she young. Like, you sure that's all you want to do? All right, so then one of the Grand Maesters hopped into the conversation and tells him that he thinks that Corlys made pretty much a good proposal, because if you mix the Valyrian blood, even the Maester knows how powerful that would be for them, okay, as a kingdom. But girl, you already know Hightower don't like no like that. So then King V, he over there talking about, well, I'm really worried about how my daughter gonna perceive all of this stuff. And then what ended up happening? One of the Grand Maesters said, well, for what? I don't know why her mama dead. She gone. Ain't like she coming back. The decision is really for yours, okay, for you to make, not for her to make. And I'm just over here feeling away like, King, I don't like your hesitance. I don't like that you don't follow your first thought. If your first thought is to talk to your child, or your first thought is to do this or that, you never do it. You cannot make a move without relying on somebody else's information. Like, you are the king. You make the decision. Like, ultimately, if you tell Hightower to sit the fuck down, then Hightower is going to sit the fuck down. Like, I'm confused. So I just don't like how he, see, girl, the throne, he not going to make it. He's just not going to make it, okay? So let's keep going. So the king decides to go for a walk with the lady Lena. And I'm over here cringing because I'm like, girl, this little baby look like she is 10. Okay, I think the little girl said she could have been 12. And then said, mommy told me that I wouldn't have to bed you, which is basically, hump on you until I'm about 14. I said, girl, that's still too damn young. Girl, I cannot. Girl, y'all was just using people as... I can't even think of a word. Like, the word that's coming to my head is like a product. Like, I can't even think of the word. Like, I was just using women to breed, to carry out your legacies. It had nothing too much to do with the ladies. Like, I just cannot. And this is where girl, let me just not go down that tangent. But anyway, there's that. So when they out there talking, having a conversation, you could tell the king is really uncomfortable with this. The little girl is a bit uncomfortable because she doesn't really know what to expect. She only knows what her mom told her to expect. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just like, I don't like it. But look, I also know that, of course, if they compare the Valerian blood with the Targaryen or whatever, if they mix it, bring together whatever to make each other powerful, however they're gonna do it, girl, I kind of feel like they're not only putting their daughter up for the powerfulness that it's gonna represent, but I also feel like they're putting their daughter up because the cousin, Rhaenys, the queen that never was, she was never a damn queen. So hopefully she's able to at least make her daughter a queen by allowing her to marry the king. So that's what it's giving to me. But anyway, girl, let's go ahead and keep going, because as we speak on Rhaenys, you know what I'm saying, her and Rhaenyra end up having a conversation. So Rhaenyra up there watching too. She over there watching them take a stroll, take a walk. So then Big Ray, you know what I'm saying, that's the cousin, queen never was. Big Ray says, girl, is you bothered? And then Ray says, no, it's my daddy's duty. So Big Ray said, I ain't asked you that. So then Ray said, girl, well then, is you bothered? Because you the one over here bothering me, asking me this. So then Big Ray says, yeah. She says, but I understand the order of things and I don't know if you do. So then Ray says, well, if you try to piss me off, then guess what? It ain't even working. And then Big Ray says, no, I'm not. I ain't trying to piss you off at all. Actually, it's the opposite. Okay. She says, see, let me say something. So your daddy is the king, and he gonna have to remarry at some point, girl. And when he do, that woman that he married gonna end up having a baby boy. And when that happens, that baby gonna be the heir and not you. You know why? Because that's just the order of things, baby girl. All right, so this pissed Miss Ray off. So Ray says, well, when I'm queen, I'll create a new order. And then Big Ray says, girl, if only that was even possible, okay? Because the council had their chance to, put a queen in place, but instead they rejected that queen. So they don't have a queen, okay? And they don't want a queen. They want a man. And then Ray went over there and said, oh, no, boo. No, big boo. Big Ray. See, they rejected you, boo. Princess Rhaenys, queen that never was. But they bowed, okay? And they kneeled to me, honey. Understand the very difference. They didn't even try to kneel to you for anything, okay? Understand that, okay? So then Big Ray says, oh, word? Okay, she said, so do you remind those men of those things when you sit over there filling up their cups and carrying them too? Ooh, I said, wow, B. Wow, oh my God, okay? Big Ray says these men rather burn this place to the ground than to see you sit in that motherfucking seat. Do you hear me? Than to have you sit in that motherfucking throne. But your father ain't no fool, though. He just said that to pacify your motherfucking ass and to get back at Daemon, okay? But it's okay, girl. You see where I'm going with this. Anyway, honey, ta-ta. For now, ta-ta. For now, I said, girl, that conversation ate. I feel like Big Ray was not lying. She was right. She ain't lying. And I feel like it could have hurt Rhaenyra's feelings because deep down inside, she know that what she's saying is facts. You sit in this room. You hear how these men talk. She is... Now, I will say this. Based on that conversation, it's going to drive Rhaenyra even more to change, right? To change things in history, to change how men view women as far as how it comes to leadership in the kingdom, okay? When it comes to women and stuff like that. So she gonna be like, listen, she seems like the type of person like, hey, when you tell me something I can't do, then watch me show you that I can. But at the same time, Big Ray wasn't lying, though. That's exactly what it is. That is the order of things. Why you think they pressing him to get married? Because nobody even wants to see you as the heir either. They were just doing this to her. Okay, that's why they applying that pressure to the daddy, because they don't want it to be you. Like, yikes. We hate to hear it. We hate to see it. But let's go ahead and keep going, honey. So King V over there talking to Alicent and tells her that Corliss was offering his daughter. And I said, King, you talk so much. You be talking to everybody, but you don't really talk to your daughter. And that's a motherfucking problem for me. The people that'll look out for you, you don't talk to them. You talk to everybody else. But anyway, he says that he don't know if he like her like that. And he ain't sure if he gonna make that move to make her his wife or whatever. So then Miss Alicent tells him that she thinks that it's a good choice and she hopes that the girl enjoys his company just as much as she been enjoying his company. So, all right, but then I don't know. I can't read Alicent, y'all, because Alicent seems like she doesn't want to marry him for whatever reason. Maybe she cringes at the fact that he's older, but at the same time, she wants to please her dad, right? But then also want to be chose at the same time. Like she's doing this for her dad. May not her facial expressions kind of come off like she doesn't want to be chosen, but then also doesn't want to be rejected at the same time. So I don't know, because it seems like when I say doesn't want to be rejected, it makes me think that some part of her may also want to be the wife outside of just what the dad may want her. So it's something about Alicent that I can't put my hand on it, but y'all leave y'all thoughts in the comments, okay? So Hightower then came in when the king over there talking to Alicent, and he done interrupted, child. And the reason why he had to interrupt was because the brother, honey, Mr. Daemon, decided that he was finna steal one of them dragon eggs, and that was supposed to be for his son Balon, the little prince that passed away, the heir for a day. Okay, so he done sat up there and stole the egg, because I guess when you're born, there's supposed to be like an egg that's laid up with you, like a dragon egg or whatever like that, and all that other stuff, girl. Okay, I guess when it hatches, it becomes yours, and then go on and so forth. But anyway, he done sat up there and stole the doggone dragon egg, girl. Just messy as hell. Okay, talk about his mistress is pregnant and he's about to go ahead and marry her. Talk about she gonna be called Lady Massaria of Dragonstone. Just over there pressing his brother's buttons, just being ignorant and stupid. Okay, so girl, the king's pissed. Okay, not only is the king pissed, but what's her name, Rhaenyra, is pissed as well, especially when they find out which egg it was, because at the time they just knew he stole an egg. They didn't know which one, but when they found out that it was the one that belonged to Prince Balon, they really got upset. Okay, so at this point they was on their ass. Okay, now the king wanted to go over there and see about his brother, but unfortunately Hightower was like, nah, you can't go over there, send me over there, I'll go over there, I'll take care of it. You don't need to be going over there dealing with that madness or whatever. But I guess that was Otto's way of trying to protect protect the king. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. I just don't see Otto truly trying to protect the king to me. So I'm sure he went over there for his own agenda. Okay, hoping to probably go to war so that he can kill Daemon. But anyway, girl, let's go ahead and keep going. So the king, like I said, he wanted to go over there, but Hightower went over there anyway. Okay, but let's go ahead and just keep going. So Otto and his people did pull up over there on Daemon, and Daemon thought the king was coming, but of course it was Otto. So they did have an exchange of words or whatever, and Daemon was really ready to go to war, girl. Okay, because as soon as Otto got there and he tried to get that egg, baby, let me tell you, Daemon pulled out that sword. When he pulled out that sword, everybody else on his team pulled out that sword, and then that dragon flew down. Like, what was it? His dragon. She ready to flame up some people. Okay, so she done flew up there, and then shortly after that, what we hear some kind of noise coming through the clouds. I said, girl, there ain't nobody but my girl Ray Ray for the slide through on you hoes. And that's exactly what it was. Ray Ray slid up there, hopped off that motherfucking dragon like, oh, y'all want war? We really can do it, but I'm too cute for that. So she started walking, and the dudes parted the way so that she could walk through. Otto trying to stop her or whatever like that, and she's like, psh, what? I got this. Like, and one thing about my dragon don't play about me, baby. So everybody could get flamed up in this hole if you really want to do it. You know what I'm saying? So you really come out better. Let me make a move. As soon as Daemon try to make one on me, my dragon finna go crazy. So excuse me, get out my way and let me handle it. And she did. Okay. She went over there and she started talking to Daemon. Let him know, like, listen, you messed up. First of all, you staying in the kingdom that belongs to me because I'm the heir. And he said, yeah, but until you become of age, you can get this kingdom. But see, this is what you can get Dragonstone. But this is what pissed me off. Why is it? And this is what I do. That does not make sense to me. And I don't know why the law's different, but that's how it be. Why is it that she's not old enough to stay at Dragonstone, but you got girls that's 14 years old and old enough to have y'all babies? Make that make sense for me. You can marry off somebody else's kid, get her pregnant, and start having babies for the kingdom and all this other stuff. That's not adding up. But she can't stay in her own kingdom? What the fuck? You're like, that's just stupid. But anyway, girl, let me go ahead and keep going. So, she calls him out about that. And then you stole my brother egg or whatever. Like, not only are you saying the dragon stole, you stole the egg that belongs to my brother or whatever like that. You mad that you ain't the heir. And guess what? I'm the heir. And if you want to do something about it, then I kill me then, girl. If you going to do something about it, then do something about it. Let's get about it and be about it, right? But this is what I wanted to highlight. When they were over there talking, they were talking in a funny language. And they say that it's whatever. It's their Targaryen language or whatever. But I'm like, I wonder if they literally as actors had to learn a Targaryen quote unquote language, even though we know the Targaryens aren't real, but it's fictional. But did they have to really learn a language, or did they just say whatever and it was implied? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you just talking to somebody and you just say whatever, maybe it was like what she said, like, you stole my brother egg. So the director probably, or the writer, is like, hey, you just say whatever language and this is what's basically being said, so we need you to make facial expressions that's pretty much explaining these words here. So when she says you stole my brother's egg, and maybe out her mouth she just said whatever, based on one gang thing, I said, why not, why y'all don't want oh, so well, like, you just making up shit out your head. But then the text on the screen is saying, you stole my brother's egg, and I am the heir of Dragonstone. Whole time we hearing something else. I'm like, what the hell? I just wonder if they really had to learn a different language for that. But anyway, girl, there's that. Anyway, I just love how she bossed up on him and was like, yeah, I'm gonna need that egg though, fam. I'm gonna need that up out you. You know what I'm saying? If you so mad about, me being the heir and you want that title so bad, then unalive me then, fam. What's up? So he just, looked at her like he wanted to do something about it, but couldn't do nothing about it because he really genuinely loves his niece, is what it's giving. Okay, maybe a little more than what I'm thinking, and then, or what I'm hoping, child. And then he tosses her the egg, and she put the egg right in the little heating thing, and then got on her up dragon and got ready to fly the hell out. And let me tell y'all something, Otto did not know how to take it. Otto did not know how to take that. He was pressed about it. She got on that dragon and she flew off. And then he just sat up there and watched her. I said, yo, watch her. Because Otto over there thinking to himself, oh, I'm going to have to keep a closer eye out on this BIT. You know what I'm saying? She owns to something. I'm going to have to watch her more than I watch her daddy. Yeah, but I feel like Rhaenyra is going to be like my other girl from Game of Thrones, that Arya. She gonna be like Arya, okay? You know what I'm saying? I feel like she gonna always be a few steps ahead of you, baby. But anyway, let's go ahead and keep going, all right? So later on, we see where Viserys talks to Lord Lionel, and he wants advice about marrying Lady Lena. So then, Lord Lionel is like, he thinks that marrying her would really be a good choice, and the king doesn't really like that because she young or whatever like that. But Lord Lionel is like, I understand she young or whatever like that, but it's really gonna make a good decision. Like, why not go ahead and do that and make Corlys an ally forever? Like, that right there to me only makes the most logical sense. So I think that's what it is that you should do. But King V don't want to do it, and he's searching for anybody that's going to give him the opposite opinion. Okay, he needs somebody to tell him to go along. He need a yes person basically to tell him, nah, you don't need to do that, going on about your business. But anyway, girl, let's go ahead and keep going. So the king finds out that Rhaenyra went to Dragonstone. He was like, Dragonstone? Like, what the hell she doing out there? So then she tells him that she came and got the egg back without bloodshed because she don't think that Otto was gonna be able to do it, and she was motherfucking right, because Otto was ready to go to war. And that's so funny, you ready to go to war about that, but y'all ain't ready to go to war for Corlys though. But let's keep going. So they have a moment where he talks about missing her mom, and she can appreciate this because he ain't really been saying too much, you know what I'm saying, not really giving her all of his emotions and stuff, but over there confided in Alicent. Meanwhile, Alicent over there being really shady because the king asked her not to share with Rhaenyra the conversations that they've had, so she can't do that. But she over there listening to everything Rhaenyra telling her, but then also getting sides from the daddy or whatever like that. So it's like, girl, you a little sneaky, okay? But I understand you don't want to betray nobody. But anyway, girl, we watching you, okay? So anyway, they have a moment where he talks about missing her mom or whatever, and like I said, she says she could appreciate that. Then at the end of it, she says that she does accept the fact that he got to take a new wife. That's what it's coming down to. He tried to have that conversation with her. She said, I accept it just like my mama would have accepted it, okay? So it's gonna be what it is, okay? And then he also goes on to tell her, listen, I can't replace your mama, it is what it is, but I also will let you know that I don't intend on replacing you as an heir. And I'm sitting over here looking like lies, all lies and more motherfucking lies, girl. As soon as he get that son, all of that's gonna change because he's living to please them other folks. You know what I'm saying? He's living to please some other folks. So, girl, consider your heir position gone unless he dies while he already made the decision to make you heir. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, girl, good luck. Let's keep going. So then he announces that he gonna marry Alicent Hightower. Girl, he done got in the room. He said, listen, I plan to not marry Lady Lena. I made my decision and I'm finna marry, Alicent Hightower. Girl, baby, Corliss was so motherfucking pissed. And I was with Corliss just a bit. And then Hightower kind of gave him this little face like, that's what you get. I got you. Bet. And I ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? Hightower was definitely giving him a look like in your face. I did not like that at all. So Corliss was pissed. He got up, you know what I'm saying? And he got the hell on. Now, mind you, Alicent was in the building, okay? She was in the room, too, while Rhaenyra was in the room and the king was getting ready to make his decision, baby. So then he made his decision and Rhaenyra looked like she was so hurt. And then she also left the room herself. I said, okay, girl, is you hurt because it's just your best friend, or was you falling in love with your best friend? Your daddy decided to took your crush and for to marry her. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just wondering, or maybe you mad at your friend for not even letting you know that she was in the runnings to possibly being the queen. Wow. Okay, so Corliss, he goes to talk to Daemon at the end of the episode because he mad, he pissed. And he's like, okay, so you don't want to send nobody over here to help me with the crab feeder, and then you don't want to marry my daughter? Bet. Don't you worry about it. Let me go back over here to somebody else that I'm cool with. So he goes over there to talk to Daemon. So he over there talking to Daemon. Sounds like Daemon, he's convincing Daemon to help him. And Daemon loves fighting. He loves a challenge. So he's going to do that, period. That's going to happen. But when Corliss started talking about his brother, he was quick to let him know, like, baby, don't be sitting up there talking about my motherfucking brother. Because let me tell you one thing about it, two things for sure. I could talk about my brother. I could talk about my family. You can't. Watch your motherfucking mouth before I cut your tongue out. Let's be very clear about that, boo. Okay? But that was pretty much the episode. Like, Daemon is going to help him. And we're going to see how all of that plays out in episode 3, girl. But that is all that I got, honey. I'm Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie, that's me. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.